You, yes you can now become a professional filmmaker using the right AI tools and the correct workflow. You can now create films like a professional Hollywood director. And you don't even need a camera, you just need the right workflow. Hollywood filmmaking is no longer just for studios, it's for anyone with a browser. Nano Banana Pro, Gemini, Veo 3.1 and a single image of myself is all it took. AI videos can be a glitchy mess, but today I'm showing you the storyboard method to get the perfect results every time. This is how it's done. Let's dive right into the workflow. To begin the workflow, we will use Gemini to generate our prompts, which we will then feed into Nano Banana Pro. So I find it best to use the best practices guide when generating prompts to feed into Nano Banana Pro. I mean, surely you can easily generate a prompt to feed into Nano Banana Pro, but you would need multiple attempts in order to achieve success consistently. In order to achieve success consistently, what we will need to do is we will need to feed in the best practices guide for using Nano Banana Pro. Also, if you go to the Google API docs for Nano Banana Pro, it has the best practices guide and it's much more in depth. So to get started, let's head over to the actual blog, 7 tips to get the most out of Nano Banana Pro. As you can see, there's an actual formula to generate the best prompts. So basically what I'm going to do here is I'm going to print this to a PDF and then using the same blog post, we will feed it into Gemini so that we can successfully create our prompt guide. And using prompt guide and strategies from the actual Google API docs, as you can see, this is another document which we can use. So what this essentially does is it prevents hallucination of the Nano Banana Pro model. This allows for more consistent images. I mentioned in the prompt, you are a professional image creator using Nano Banana Pro and need to generate high quality images for feeding into Nano Banana Pro. Also, when I reference images, you need to first analyze the image before generating prompts. I have attached the prompt guide best practices. Nano Banana Pro that you will incorporate. You will only generate the prompts. You will need to generate prompts for 4K images with an aspect ratio of 16:9. Finally, convert the prompt into a JSON prompt similar to the following prompt below. Ensure that you are using edit mode to preserve the character. We've basically ran this prompt and this is the JSON output. So we use the JSON output to ensure for consistency throughout our journey of creating prompts. So now next we'll go to Gemini, select the create images and we'll input this JSON prompt. After inputting this JSON prompt, this is our output image. As you can see, this is our output image which I've generated from Nano Banana Pro. Now using the exact same cycle and workflow, this is how I was able to generate all of my images for the storyboard which I fed into Veo 3.1. We use the same approach for generating Veo 3.1 prompts. We come to Gemini, we feed in the best practices guide for Veo 3.1. So this is the effective formula from the actual blog. So once you feed in the actual blog post as the knowledge base, we can then generate effective prompts to ensure consistency for Veo 3.1. As you can see now, I've printed it to PDF and now I'm going to go back to Gemini, upload the PDF for Veo 3 best practices, and this is the guide that I've given it. You are a professional filmmaker using Veo 3.1 and need to generate high quality prompts for feeding into Veo 3.1. Also, when I reference images for the start and end frame, you can generate prompts. I have attached a prompt guide best practices, which you must incorporate. You will only generate the prompts. You will generate prompts for 4K videos with an aspect ratio of 16:9. The duration of the video must be 8 seconds long. You can be creative by adding in various angles for timestamp prompting, but the transitions should be smooth. So the reason why I've added timestamp prompting is timestamp prompting allows for more control over your camera angles and over your scenery. So as you can see, I've fed in the start frame and the end frame. Once you feed in the start frame and the end frame, you can then generate your prompt. Now, after generating your prompt, the next step would be to head over into Google Flow. So from Google Flow, you paste the generated prompt and you use the method for start frame and end frame. As you can see, after a while, you give it about a few seconds and we have our video generated right here. Easy, right?
I think I just swallowed the Nano Banana!
Did you catch that? The camera did a full 360-degree orbit around him, but he didn't move a muscle until he screamed. This isn't a random generation. I used Veo 3.1's first and last frame interpolation. I gave it two images, start frame, which is me frozen like a statue, and the end frame, I'm screaming in panic. And then I gave it the prompt as shown on the screen. The result, a perfect orbital shot that ends exactly where I wanted it to, with the realization that he swallowed the nano banana. For the next shot, you need to see what he is looking at. But I didn't want a boarding cut. I wanted the camera to physically travel around him. This is why Veo 3.1 wins. Look at the lighting on his jacket. It starts warm, the sunset, and shifts to cool blue, the Vertex, as the camera moves behind him. I didn't color grade this, I prompted it. By connecting the start frame to the end frame, Veo has to calculate the lighting physics in between. It simulates the environment for you. Now we need to show scale. I wanted to go from a close-up to a massive aerial shot in one take. I fed Veo 3.1 the starting close-up and this ending aerial shot. If I just said drone shot, the AI might cut or dissolve. But because I used first and last frame interpolation, Veo had to physically fly the camera between these 2 points. It generated the entire crane move for me. Finally, the reveal. We are running sideways, but I want the audience to see what we are running towards. I programmed a 90-degree camera arc. The runners run straight. The camera flies around them. This changes the perspective from a side profile to a rear view in one smooth motion. Now for the impossible shot. We need to go through the portal. Most people would just cut to black, but I wanted to feel the G-force. In this clip, I used the first and last frame again, but this time to control the acceleration. I told Veo, start wide, end tight, because the distance is huge, but the time is short, which is 8 seconds long. Veo forces the camera to sprint. This creates that rush effect automatically. For the next clip, I used a physics hack. I didn't tell myself to jump. I told the portal to expand and dragged me violently forward. This triggers Veo's physics engine to simulate a vacuum. And finally, the aftermath. Where did I go? I didn't want to show the destination yet. I wanted to show the impact. This camera move is hard to film in real life. You need a drone and a skilled pilot. But in Veo 3.1, I just typed slow cinematic corkscrew descent. The AI understands 3D space perfectly. It rotates the camera while lowering it, revealing the crystallized sand texture. So we left the desert. We need to arrive at the beach, but a simple cut is boarding. I wanted a reconstruction. I used Veo 3.1 to simulate particle reassembly. I didn't just say man appears. I prompted blue particles flow, forming a silhouette, releasing soft good rays. The AI calculated the light paths for every single ray. This is volumetric lighting without a render engine. This next shot is my favorite, a time freeze. Usually if the camera moves, the background moves. But here the ocean is frozen in time. The prompt, which was ocean waves paused mid-crash, appearing as solid sculpted glass. The negative prompt was moving water, flowing waves. The camera, which was parallax tracking shot. Veo understands that the camera is active. This creates that matrix bullet time effect instantly. Now the payoff. The nano banana he swallowed needs to come out. This is a complex VFX shot, a biological reaction turning into a magical character. I used a camera orbit to hide the morph. As the camera moves behind myself, the sparkles expand. By the time the camera hits the side profile, the genie banana is fully formed. The motion blur of the camera helps blend the transition perfectly. This is how you hide AI hallucinations. You turn them into magic particles. We need to leave this beach. But how? I wanted a spiral descent, but without making the audience throw up. I specified horizon line remains perfectly level, no camera rolling. This is crucial. If you just say spiral, AI will barrel roll the camera by locking the horizon. We get a smooth cinematic descent that lands right on the action. The banana spitting the teleport seed. It's time to go home, but I didn't want another violent portal. I wanted this to feel ethereal, like ascending. I used a technique called light enveloping. My negative prompt was huge here. No explosion, no fire, no debris. Instead, I prompted for a transcendent, blinding flash of white gold light. Veo understands that light can be a solid object. It built a wall of light that swallowed the character cleanly. Just like that, we are back. Notice the cut. It wasn't a fade, it was a snap. I synchronized the visual change with the audio cue. I told Veo, the white light snaps away, simulating a camera flash. This tricked the model into swapping the scene instantly. One frame is white light, the next is a tuxedo, no morphing, just a hard cut generated by AI.
I think I just swallowed the Nano Banana! The Nano Banana didn't just teleport me, it tried to peel me.
Time to split, sending you back home to your father, and tell Father Christmas to keep his reindeer away from my peel.
This magical night to your homes. We wish you a very Merry Christmas.
As a Christmas gift, I've included the Nano Banana prompts as well as the Veo 3.1 prompts in the description below. Merry Christmas! Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Catch me later for more exciting videos.